Finn, welcome to the UK.
Thanks, man.
How you doing?
Hot as hell.
Yeah, it is hot. We've picked the hottest day of the year to meet up, but we're in the safety of a pub, which is nice.
Yeah, it's so nice here. Also, I heard that it might be the hottest of the decade or the hottest of the last at least 5 years.
Yeah, I think more than that. Yeah, they're saying since 1976 as well.
Damn.
Which is a good year.
A
good year of music for you.
What was it?
1976.
76. It's the opposite of. I'm not gonna make a 6-7 joke, but
yeah. Well, I'm probably too old for that.
Too late. Yeah. Well, me too. Should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, mid 70s, great.
Yeah. I feel like that has a bit of a bearing of an influence on your music. Those sort of years.
Yeah, I think so. I think 70s is when things started to get a little more loud, I guess. Yeah.
How do you then? So this is your second album, Fire from the Hip. How do you feel like your music has evolved on this second album in comparison to the first? Because there's parallels, but there's also some growth as well.
Yeah, I think it's just a little more mature of a record, and it kind of just, I feel like, is maybe just a little grander in scale. Like the first record, I wanted to record it to cassette, so we did 4-track, 8-track cassette, and because I wanted there to be kind of a handmade quality to it, and something that was also just, if you can write a song that is catchy in 4 tracks, that's kind of the best, and sometimes the most fun. But then, just thinking about how I wanted to kind of keep evolving, but also wanting kind of an analog feel. So we did 24-track tape this time, and obviously I still use digital. It's not just a purity. I'm not a full-blown purist, but I try to do as much stuff with tape as possible. Yeah. So I guess just similar themes, maybe a little more mature, maybe a little bigger.
Is there a track on this record that kind of epitomizes the evolution you went through sonically? Like a track that you go, okay, that I would never have made that on the first album.
Yeah, for sure. There's one track, there's 2 tracks actually. There's one track called Oscilloscope, which is a weird, short, just rock song. There's a samples in the background, and it's sort of inspired by the Minutemen. So I would have never have done that on the first album, but I think also a lot of the songs inspiration also came from the relationship I have with my band, and their influences, and trying to incorporate that as well. And so yeah, there's a few songs on here that would not be the same without all the people and friends I recorded with.
How's your relationship with your band changed over the years?
I mean, I've had a few different iterations, and there's something very special about the band that I have now. For at least for the solo project, of having just these great musicians that are just very good people, great friends of mine, but also people that I just believe are such unbelievable artists that I'm always constantly learning from. So there's an interesting kind of balance between trying to lead a group, and it still being a solo act and knowing what I want, but also being able to learn from them and take their kind of ideas and be able to incorporate them. So, and to me, that's the best part about making music, is being able to not only express yourself by yourself, but also to be able to bring people in and share it with you.
Do you feel because obviously your path to musicianship is different to a lot of people who sort of pursue music.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you think approaching it with the safety of the band that has given you kind of a bit of a comfort blanket, a support network that you can build on when you go and write songs?
Yeah, I'm really lucky that so many bands and communities have been so have welcomed me, with such open arms, and I think having people around you that have different perspectives and I think is very important, because I think it's also really easy for someone like me who has a background in acting, and people already kind of know who I am, that it's really easy to surround yourself with people that are kind of keep you in a bubble. And for me, it's whatever I can do to break out of that and not have that, and sort of just like really trying to have these unique experiences and these, like, trying to factor in these unique experiences that other people have also lived and try to live, learn through them. I think is really important.
How like, just generally speaking, how have you found the journey you've been on? Because now the thing is with a second album, right, is the first album you release it and you announce you're doing it, is kind of that is the harsh introduction to the change of your career, and then the second one feels like, okay, I can like shed some skin a little bit and like really explore this new lane of artistry. So I just want to know generally how you found it from the very beginning of your acting career to now 2026.
I think I've always been someone who, no matter what, even if it's something where I'm like, writing something or writing a song, or even like being on set or being an actor or whatever, like I love being a part of a crew and a team. And the first band I ever had when I was like 15, this band Calpurnia, was like my first record, and to me, like, the coolest thing ever is to be a part of a band, and it's great to front a band, but also, again, like, nice to be able to like have a group of people. So for me, like, with this first solo record, it was a bit scary because I couldn't kind of hide behind a project name. I couldn't hide behind a band. It just was like, it's me. So, and even though I had so many friends help me with that record, and, it was still, at the end of the day, like, there's a bunch of tracks that are just like, I mean, most tracks are just me in a 4-track, so
your baby, isn't it?
So it's like, it's more, maybe a little more, like vulnerable, but I got a little more used to it, I feel like, this time. So no matter what, I just like playing. So I have multiple projects that I have this band with my friend Malcolm called the Aubreys, and like that's a totally different vibe too, and that's like a partnership. So whatever I can do to kind of just keep experimenting with other stuff, I'll try.
Has that informed like your kind of creative direction with this record? Because like sort of artwork, stylistically, there's a very clear theme and style to it, and it's brave and it's confident and it's exciting. Has that informed that?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's weird. It's because, kind of like I was saying before, like there is a kind of weird balance you have to strike where when it's a solo project, because in my experience, like I want to be able to have people express themselves in the way that they want to, play a guitar the way that they want to, but also at the same time having confidence in yourself to know like what you want and know what feels like the record and what doesn't feel like the record. And so I feel like every time I make something, at least with the solo project, I feel more and more like decisive about what I want. And so this one I just produced myself, and my friend Andrew engineered the whole thing and kind of really helped me through it. He's been recording my stuff since my first record with Calpurnia. So, it was really fun to be able to also just, for the first time of like learning so much, I've been recording music since I was like 14 and 23 now. So like almost 10 years of just learning from so many people and watching so many people work. I got to be able to like really, I think, like lead my friends and a team to like make a really fun record. And that also included the artwork. And
it sounds a little bit to me like you've kind of, your career thus far has been learning, observing, and you've reached that point personally and maybe professionally where you go, okay, I know who I am. There's like a confidence in what you're doing. That kind of feels like to me the overarching feeling of what I'm getting, if that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll always be a student of other people and learning. Like I think that's just, to me, what keeps everything exciting, and like you never stop learning. But I guess you keep learning from people, but you also introduce kind of this confidence, so you kind of have both. But yeah, I mean, I think this record, like I had a real kind of idea, and exactly like what I wanted it to look like, and specific references like the artwork is like a kind of direct, like it's like a comedy version of the Barry Lyndon duel, and something that I really kind of wanted to like play with, and this idea of identity and kind of how you're constantly shifting identity, and sometimes you're doing things that are for your interest or like against your interest, and you kind of don't know how or why until later in your life. And so I had this idea that there's kind of like two of me, and so the idea of the artwork was just like, oh, what if I was dueling myself? So, but you know, like I obviously, like for the first record, it was a little more of a kind of a test almost to see if I could do this on my own.
Yeah. And now it's like, definitely sounds like you can. And I think the way you open the record with "I'll Let You Finish" is like, it's quite a clear statement for me.
Yeah.
It's like an exciting, ambitious in a way start to the record, and it really sets the tone. Is that track, did you record that and go, okay, that's definitely going to open the record?
Yeah, like I recorded that. I have like a little home studio in my house, and where I recorded like all the demos, and that was just like, I did a demo with just me and my acoustic guitar, and immediately knew that I wanted to start the record with it, because it's just, the energy of it is like pretty ballsy and a bit cheeky, and I just thought it would be really fun to open the record with. And yeah, playing it live also, again, like it was really, like, informed the song. Like we started to play it when it was unreleased still last year on tour, and being able to like play it with my band and stuff and kind of figure out arrangements, that also really informed it.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, that song is definitely one that I listened to. I was like, I think that will sound great live, and there's multiple other tracks on the record, but I'm curious to know what other tracks you were excited to play live from this record.
I mean, for me, like, I just want this tour and like just to be fun. Like I wrote this record to play live, essentially. Like, and so there's like the second song called Common Side Effects is pretty like, like high energy, and then there's slower ones like this track called Good Morning that's more kind of I don't know, like Sparkle Horse and Spot. I don't even know, what the thing would be, the comp would be, but just I think I'm just excited to play it all and like be able to feel like it's a party for the audience and like really have like a great time.
Yeah, I think we're living in a really like specifically for an album like you just made and that sort of music, I think we're living in a time of like really exciting music again, and there's like a really great scene specifically in the alternative world. I started it talking about the 70s, obviously looking back, but I feel like there must be some people out who are playing music now who are you're drawing influence from, because it's quite a fertile landscape at the minute for music. Is there anyone that you're listening to who you really enjoy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there are bands right now that are still kind of keeping that like energy alive of like really fun, present, energetic rock shows. Like my friends, my backing band actually, the Slaps, they're like a really exciting band from Chicago. They're like a 3-piece. They're not like new by any means. They've been around for a long time, but they're really exciting. And a band called Sharp Pins, one of my best friends, Kai, that's his band. He produced my first record actually. And he also has another band called Lifeguard, which is on Matador. And so many people out there right now. I mean, it's cool to see someone, like MJ Lenderman, that's, he's become so big, and that's so great because, he rips and his music can be enjoyed very loud. And it seems like it's pretty universally loved. So however we can kind of have music like that and it's reaching people on a scale that's not just, super niche or super indie, I think like is a great thing to have like rock music a part of the conversation in the mainstream as well.
Are we going to have like a big summer from you of touring and shows? I'm curious to know now, on the eve of the release of this record, how you're feeling about the year ahead. What are your just general feelings about this release campaign and the music you're going to play for people?
Yeah, I think I'm just really excited for people to hear it. By the way, I can't believe I'm wearing shorts today. This is
Oh, no, me too.
time. This is like the first time I've worn shorts maybe ever.
Yeah. It's a bit of a taboo on camera, isn't it? People always say, but I think when it's 35
Look at
degrees,
his white legs.
Yeah, we're battling it off.
You're actually
Who's got the
better.
best-
You're doing
yeah.
better than me. You got a little more color than me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, I think I was like able to. We played a show opening for our friends Twin Peaks, who's like one of my favorite rock bands ever, and they're close friends of mine, and some of them played on the record, and they've been like a great influence, especially with this. They did like an 8-night residency in Chicago where they like came back. They broke up in 2020 and kind of came back together for this, and it was a very pure, just like inspiring week of shows where like everyone was so present and living like it was 20 years ago or something. You know, it was just like totally stuck in time where everyone just forgot where they were and like just danced and had the best time ever. And it was really special, and that kind of, I feel like, anyone that went to those shows, like it reminded people like what it's all about and what a show is all about. And so it's made me more optimistic about playing shows and touring because I just know it's possible to have a great time, and I had a great time on tour last year, so I just hope people come ready to party and hang out.
Yeah, well, it was great to meet you, Finn, and
Yeah,
good luck
thank you, man.
for the shows ahead and
Thank
the
you.
release.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.